But I want to shift, and I want to pull up some of the images that you have, some of the slides. So if we could do that, that would be great. And one of the things that we've talked about that I think is really interesting is the relationship of the business, the company, to the city, to the people around it. And maybe you can talk a little bit about Amazon as one of the new headquarters plan for Amazon is one of the examples of that. But
well, cities are incredibly important to all of our lives. Half of us are living in cities now, and in the next couple decades, it'll be 70%. And we're doing that not only to try to get 9 billion people to live sustainably on this planet, because cities are very efficient at resource use. Cities are also very efficient at idea production. They're very efficient in education. They're very efficient in productivity. And a lot of, particularly the tech clients, are starting to realize that that efficiency of cities is important to them. And this first example is particularly interesting to me because it's not in a city per se. This is Silicon Valley. This is Samsung's American headquarters that we've designed. It's under construction right now. And we've taken a much more urban approach because all of Silicon Valley is not going to be able to move into San Francisco, and I don't think they'd want them. What I think, I think what's going to happen, and I think what is going to be really exciting to see happen, is to see Silicon Valley become a place where it is exciting to live, work, and play. I was meeting with the CEO of a well-known large internet company in Silicon Valley, and I asked him, I said, if your building that we're going to design for you could speak to your employees, what would it say? And he thought about it and he said, "You're back in the garage." And I said, well, that can be interesting to do with 10,000 people. But what's the essence of that? And he said, it's too bad that most of our employees live in the Mission District in San Francisco. We need to make Silicon Valley a place where we can live, work, and play, and that this is a great place to live. And so the cities of Silicon Valley are changing their zoning code, and this is the first one in San Jose, where we're moving the building out to the street. We're going up 10 stories. We're inviting the public in. We've got a very lively first floor. It's a very urban approach. And I think that that's the beginning of part of the solution, is not that everybody moves into the cities, but that some of our suburbs become more urban-like and better places to work.
And just on that point, what you're predicting is, say, 10 years from now, Silicon Valley is actually pretty urban, and San Francisco is a city that stretches from where it is down to San Jose with a real urban fabric.
Yep. And so the use of transportation, as well as all the great amenities of city. We don't live in cities to live in a little box up on the 21st floor. We live in cities for what's going on and the activity and the excitement of that.
Do you want to show the other?
Yeah, this is Amazon, and I think that this is an urban headquarters of the future, because it's distinctly not an urban campus, which is a suggestion of a walled-off part of the city. Security devices have changed in such a way that Amazon is taking an approach that this is an urban neighborhood. The first floor of all the 3 towers, as well as the spheres, is open to the public. Security doesn't happen until the second floor. The dog park is open to the public. The idea is that it's part of the city, and that Amazon employees can become part of the city, and that they will not only see their coworkers through the course of a day and be inspired by that, they'll see people that work in other companies. And that's sort of the next generation of thinking about, where does innovation come from? Where do ideas come from? It's not just your own employees. It was 50 years ago, the dream of a corporate headquarters was out in a big green field or a forest, and it's a lovely image of this lovely building, but that's isolating.
Yeah.